cringe is really not a bad word. These are just people that give a freaking damn. I would rather be cringy. The only way that we're gonna stop being cringy is when we finally make it and we're so successful.
Making fun of someone who is putting themselves out there, going through that struggle, the insecurities, the questioning themselves and their self-worth, to just be on camera and try something new in their lives. That's why authenticity is winning on the internet these days.
Every creator starts somewhere. Awkward, nervous, cringy. Diana and Naja are not here to pretend they are not. They're here to show you how to show up anyway and why cringe might be the best thing that ever happened to you.
Hi guys, this is Diana and this is Naja. We are the friendly owners of Parrots Lab Media. And we're here today just to share a little bit of some updates of what's going on, not only with Parrots Lab, but also what's going on with our lives, right? So for those of you who do not know, Naja and I, we are best friends, but we also happen to be married, and we are building this company called Parrots Lab Media. We've been doing it this is our second year now. So we've been bringing people along, sharing with them from the very beginning, what's worked, what hasn't. And so we have some updates for you as to some really cool things and projects that we've been up to. So starting off with Naja, and when it comes to Parrots Lab Media, Naja, we've been pretty active since the beginning of 2026. What have been some of the cool things that we've been up to? Tell me a little bit about what's new with Parrots Lab right now.
Yeah, so welcome everyone, and thank you for tuning in and joining us. Welcome back, Diana. It's been a while. We haven't recorded. So what's the updates on Parrots Lab Media? We're excited about multiple things. One is the renovation that has been taking place.
We did a really beautiful renovation on the bathroom. We worked on it together, and it was so cool to be able to fulfill a dream.
Absolutely. Because before that, it was very inconvenient, to say the least. People come to the studio and there's no bathroom in the studio. So it's not the ideal situation. But now, luckily, with a lot of money down, we now have a beautiful, beautiful bathroom and dressing room. And thanks to your design contributions.
Thank you. Yeah, Naja said it really well. We had to start somewhere. So we started up a studio. We put in what we could. And I've got to say, shoulder taps for us. We did it all debt-free. So everything has been with the money that we've earned. And we're so grateful for what we've been doing, what we've been able to do for our community as well.
Yeah, 100%. And I think we are in a very lucky situation because Diana's approach towards personal finance and money aligns. We disagree on a lot of things.
We do.
But the money part, we're so online. We're so attuned. We don't like debt. We've both had our financial struggles before. So we've learned all these lessons. And when we make financial decisions, I think for the most part, we're pretty sound. And one of them is not to take a debt. So everything we've built here, the studio, the business, everything has been grown organically without any debt. So we get money, we build something, then we stop, and then we wait until we get more money, and then we build something else, and then we stop.
Yeah. Which makes the anticipation and the excitement of it so much better because you're not doing it all in a row. It's, you do work on one project, you're able to stop and admire it, then start to dream about what the next project is going to look like, save up that money, and then we can go ahead and get started on it. And it's so much fun because at the end of the day, it's not about the destination. It really is about the journey, right? So that's what makes me really excited.
Yeah. Then we also did the flooring.
Yes.
So the flooring, this place, for those who don't know, should we tell them?
Should we tell them?
Okay. Should we tell them that this was a garage or something?
This used to be a garage. I don't tell anybody.
Yeah. Because a lot of people get so shocked and surprised when they learn that this is a garage. This is not, it's a big garage. It's a very nice property that we own here, but it's basically a basement of our house, and we get to renovate it to make it this beautiful, and people will come inside and won't recognize it's a garage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now it's exactly what we dreamed of. And it's really cool to be able to say that everything that we did here, Naja and I did it, everything with the decision of the two of us, and we built it together. Like those cabinets, we've said it before in our podcast, we built it together. We decided on everything from the color to what kind of cameras we're going to be buying and what the furniture is going to look like. So this really has been a baby of our own.
Yeah.
We don't have any kids. We have Sunshine, our dog. But these projects that we're doing together, in a way, they're really special to us.
Have you guys met Sunshine? Sunshine, come here. We haven't shown Sunshine on the podcast before.
No, we haven't.
All right, this is Sunshine.
This is our beautiful dog, Sunshine.
Sunshine.
We rescued him from an old company that I used to work with. They have a place in the mountains. And so dogs would get lost in the mountains. And because it gets we live in California and it was in the desert, dogs will go thirsty and they'll die. And so they created a reservation in that space. And these two, Naja and Sunshine, literally just met eyes and went crazy over each other. And the rest is history. So it was meant to be. These two are best friends.
Yeah, the bond between a man and a dog is truly very strong.
Yeah, it really is.
I agree.
So we've renovated the floors. We created a bathroom. Now tell me, Naja, what else?
Yes. So as the people who know a little bit about us, they know that we have a fully remote team across the globe. We have, at this time of recording this, we have 25 people on our payroll. Everybody is, I think, if they're not a vendor here in the US, because we have like CPA vendor and other vendors, so those are part of that. But if they're not vendors in the US, they're remote A players in their own countries. But because we have this location arbitrage, where basically we are able to get A players in countries that have the value of the dollar is higher. And with that, we're able to get A players for our clients for a lower cost, and we can extend that low cost to the clients so that they don't have to pay a $10,000, $15,000 retainer like our competitors do. And so we have a big team outside of the country, but we noticed that we have to also recruit locally. So we have recently hired Alex, who is helping us with representation in the different business communities we're part of. And we are also adding a new member. Her name is Emily Green.
As Naja was saying, yes, we have hired team members throughout the globe who have been able to help us, and they're A players. However, now we've realized that we need people on the ground, boots on the ground. We need people who are able to represent us in the best way possible. And so Naja recently hired a salesperson, right? And he's really good. We've been learning a lot. Naja's been doing a lot of training. And then now we have the capability of being able to hire yet another person. And this person is going to focus more on the administration part of things, which is really huge because Naja has been wearing 50 different hats, right? And having to be an employee for the last year and a half of his company. And so now he'll be able to take a little bit of a step back and be able to focus more on where his gifts are.
All right. Yeah. So that's basically it. We're blessed to be able to get the help that we need. We need more than that, but this would be a good start.
Yeah. So with that said, Naja, we have been doing a lot together. Actually, you have been doing the majority of the work. I would say 99% of it. And so with that said, you create a ton of content all the time. But what do you do to keep the content from being cringe?
I think we are still cringe. Like, I think I'm a cringe, at least. Let's talk about myself. Maybe I'm too critical of myself, but I am a cringe for some reason. It's so hard for us to not be cringe when you're starting. When you're starting your content creation journey, I think it's something super hard to avoid. Like, unless you've been doing public speaking and journalism and TV before, and you're natural about the camera being there, you're definitely starting a cringe. So a lot of people that we work with who are trying to create content, They would think that, oh, I don't want to be cringe. I don't want to be roasted on the internet. They're afraid of what other people think. And so the first part is to acknowledge that we are going to be cringe when we start. And by the way, cringe is still a mystery word. Do you know what cringe means?
So in my head, I'm thinking cringe is kind of weird, a little bit offbeat, which I agree with you though. You said it perfectly. When it comes to people who are just starting, especially we've only been doing this for a year and a half, there are going to be moments where we're cringy, where we're awkward. And that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to make fun of us. And honestly, bring it on. Make fun of us because at least we're doing something, right? We're putting content every single week. We're getting our foot out there or our faces out there. See, talk about cringe. We're getting our faces out there so that way people can start to understand and be like, oh, okay, I know who she is. I know who he is. I know who they are. And everybody is imperfect. There is no single person in this planet who is a perfect human being.
Mm-hmm.
We're all going to make mistakes.
Funny you said that. I was looking into like what the word cringe mean. I found some stuff. So cringe is trying to look cool instead of being real. That's a cringe. Copying trends with no personality. Overreacting, over-smiling, overselling. We are great. We're doing fantastic.
When it's not really real.
Yeah. And then talking like a script instead of a human.
I've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all of this to say, yes, we are cringe, but at least we're doing something.
And the last point is that being out of sync with the audience vibe. That's, I think, a huge one, that last one. The audience vibe. So when we think about the audience, like people who are listening to us maybe on the way to work, or a lot of them, they have a certain vibe. And if we're too formal for them, they might feel off to us. But some other people, they are formal themselves. So they want to associate themselves with being formal. So what do you feel about the vibe of the people?
Yeah. So I think people are looking for different things at different times. I'm Diana. There are so many different versions of me. The version that you see here at home is going to be very different than the version that you see when I'm at work. It's not going to be the same.
Right.
When I'm at work, I'm very professional. I want to make sure that I'm listening to professional podcasts that are going to help me learn about something whenever it comes to whatever it is that I'm doing at work. I specifically work within HR in learning and development. So those are some of the topics that I'm going to want to be interested in and learning about. Whereas when I come home, I'm a completely different Diana. I want to be listening to stuff that is funny. I want to be listening to maybe a romance podcast. I know that I love the show My Favorite Murder, or MFM. Shout out to my murderino. But when it comes to that, I have different vibes for different things. But the thing that I'm focused on is what's going to bring the most amount of whatever it is that I want. Am I going to be able to relate to the person that is speaking? And that, I think, is what matters the most. It's not about one specific topic. It's not about whether being formal or informal.
Right.
It's about honing in to that one person that you feel that you can relate to. So for me, I have the Learning That Sticks podcast and I have your Corporate Sis channel, right? When it comes to your Corporate Sis and Learning That Sticks, I'm a lot less formal, but I am sharing and I am trying to tune in to that girl that was 27 years old, right? And I'm talking about to me when I was 27 years old. What are some of the things that I wanted to hear, that I wanted to learn? And maybe somebody who's 27 years old that might have a similar career track or that might have some of the similar aspirations, maybe that person finds me or hears me and is able to feel relatable to me. It's almost like I'm talking to my old self and giving them information that I wish I knew at that age. And I think that's what's going to resonate with people. What about
Speaking
you?
about your channel, I want to ask you something that I have notes on. What's something you believed about success early in your career that you don't believe anymore? Or was that completely out of the, doesn't flow very well? Yeah, because I was debating, and let's say this publicly. I mean, in the end of the day, I was debating because what you mentioned, I had a lot of ideas and thoughts that I can branch out. This podcast could be made 2 hours. And then I realized that, I just lets me stick back to the program, because, there's a lot of things that I could talk about, like when it comes to when you said about, everything you said earlier. And so that's why I jumped kind of like into the program, because I could extend this for a long time. And I was like in my head a little bit.
Yeah. I would say, if you don't mind, let's expand on that.
Okay.
Let's not overthink it. And let's focus on this, because I think this is
I don't mind, by the way.
Conversation is great.
Yes, absolutely. I don't mind, by the way, to have this entire episode about the cringe idea, because it's so important. If you think about what Parrots Lab does, is like helping clients create content. That's why this topic is important for us as content creators, but also it's important for the clients also to hear it. I might actually send this video to them, because they're probably debating in their head the same way. Like, how am I appearing? Am I cringe? And again, if you don't know what cringe, please look it up. It turns out it's a big deal on the internet. Like, people are roasting other like amateur content creators using that word. It's something, right?
And making them feel bad because they're trying.
Yeah.
And then it's almost like they're bullying them into stop trying. So
Exactly.
that they're like pulling them back down with them at their level, because these are the people that can write and say stuff all day, every day, but then they're not doing anything about their own hopes and dreams, right? Whereas the people who are trying, they're worried, they're nervous, they're uncomfortable, but they're putting themselves out there. And it's so easy when we're in that point to just say, never mind, I'm too embarrassed.
And it's so freaking unfair.
Yeah.
You know why it's unfair?
Why?
Because, like, what does the internet want? What does the people want? You want to listen to the A-listers, like the A players in the market, and you want to worship the hell out of them. You don't want to give chance to anyone to climb up that ladder. Like, that's what society wants from people. Like, this is they are so, I think it's a human nature, but they are so, it doesn't fit with me, is because for them, they see an easy target to hammer and to kind of abuse and bully, right? They find an easy target to bully, which are these young creators.
Yeah.
These are an easy target. And you feel good being a troll on the internet and harassing and people and contributing. And you're funny, making fun of someone who is putting themselves out there, going through that struggle, the insecurities, the questioning themselves and their self-worth, to just be on camera and try something new in their lives, and try to deliver a message and share something with the world,
just to be torn down,
just to be like, you are on a troll and you're trying to be important. It's just a little bit annoying to me.
No, I think it's really annoying to me. It's really frustrating.
Right.
People, like I said earlier, we have to start somewhere. People have to start somewhere. And I would challenge anybody to reach out to me and tell me that they were a pro at something the first time that they tried it.
Well said.
There are some people who are naturals, sure, but you're never going to find anybody who is a pro from the first time that they do it.
Yeah. I often give the example of the gym. Like, remember the first ever visit to the gym? And you went walking to the gym. I remember mine. I was walking in and I'm like, what's that? Like, a lot of iron.
How do you use that machine?
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
And then I was like, okay, well, it's easy. All I know is like, I grabbed like the heaviest 2 dumbbells and I'm like, yeah, look at me. I'm strong. And the form was rubbish. And then the first one, like, hey, somebody tapped on my shoulders. Like, is this your first time? Because I looked like that. But he was kind, at least. Like, that person like took me under his belt. Like, said, you know what? I got you. And he started teaching me stuff. But the same goes with content creators. Like, people come because of the idea. Like, I want to be famous. I want to have a successful business. I feel that my life is meant for something bigger.
Yeah.
That's why people hire us.
Yep.
And then when they come here, now they need to figure out like how I'm going to present myself. And it's a skill that doesn't naturally come
Yeah.
to a lot of people. And so the question to you, you're a big content consumer. Like you listen to a lot of podcasts and you know, your Instagram, your LinkedIn. What makes you connect to one creator and not to the other?
That's a good question. I think it has a lot to do with personality. Like how much of themselves do they put out there? I'll say for My Favorite Murder, one of my favorite podcasts, it's all about true crime.
I hope she doesn't kill me. By the way, if she kills me, it's on record right now. Who listens to murder?
I know. Don't worry, honey. That's never going to be a problem. I say that now. I'm just kidding. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it has to do with personality
Of the people.
of the person and of the people. And I remember their very first podcast because I went all the way back and I listened to it. And they were nervous. They were unsure. They felt a little awkward. What helped is that one of them is like a full-blown comedian. Right. And so she was funny, a little bit self-deprecating, kind of like taking a little bit of a jab at the other person. And yeah, and so I was like, oh, I like that. And on top of that, they're explaining, you know, these horrible acts, these horrible things that have happened, but they're saying it in a from the voice of somebody who I can relate to, who is just as interested in it as I am. As in, it's the voice of an outsider who wants to know more. And that's exactly what my voice was too, right? I'm an outsider who's fascinated about the psychology of it all and what could drive somebody to kill another person, you know? So that's really why I'm so interested in that. And because they were relatable to me is why I listen to it still.
So let me rephrase what you said. You said personality, the people, like you vibe with them. And then the number two, that you have deep interest in the topic, the psychology of it all. So I think this is where it is. Like there's two parts. There's the vibe of the creator themselves. And I'm the same way. There are some people, like, I don't want to jab on anybody, but there's a very famous content creator who helped me a lot in the beginning of my career. Actually, fuck it. Let's talk about whoever we want to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, freedom of speech. Okay. All right. So Alex Hormozi. I loved Alex Hormozi. And I say loved with a D. Two things. First of all, he's such a good educator, such a great at articulating stuff. And he taught me a ton. Mm-hmm. Okay. The two issues with Alex is, first of all, he's so intense that it makes me, every time I'm watching him, it's like I'm in a study mode. You know, every time I'm watching Alex, like I feel like, oh my God, like I have to be in a classroom and I have to start taking notes, and like it's so intense. And there's no like personality. There's like the entertainment factor is almost like negligible. So he's so intense. So I started to grow distant from him content-wise. And I like to learn from people who are a little bit more like, you know, vibey.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you. He was so intense. And it made me, as I was listening to him with you, it made me be like, damn it, I'm never going to be good enough, right? I'm never going to be good enough, because he's like, you have to do this, this, and this, and this. And then the next time he would talk about something completely different and what you would have to do. And it was just, it's so much. It felt so overwhelming, right? So 100%. I agree with you.
Like you feel that he is lecturing you, like, you know, like talking at you.
Yes.
And talking with you. Okay. Yeah. So that's one. The second kind of like something that I did not like about Alex, but I think, you know, I can understand it. But one time he faked an audience.
He did?
Yeah.
How did you know?
I discovered it. Me and a bunch of people on the comments section, we kind of discovered that this guy. So basically the video, it's a YouTube video where he is presenting something. So he's presenting on a stage, what looks like a stage, right? And then, but there's no audience.
But how did you figure it out?
Because there was no any camera with the audience. There was no hemming and hissing that you see in the cameras. And there's no, like, it was pretty obvious. Like, I feel like we're pretty confident. And even the there was no discussion on the comments whether it is an actual audience or not, because we know what happens when there's an audience. It's different. The vibe is different of the video, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, so I did not like the idea that like
it's faking an audience.
Yes.
Not being genuine.
Not being genuine, manipulating, trying to, maybe he's just, in his defense, he's trying to play the system or play the algorithm game or whatever.
It's kind of like, I hate to bring it up, but like, it's kind of like AI. With AI, if you create a video using AI, okay, that's fine as long as you say it. But if you're pretending that is actually a real video or everything was actually done naturally, like by yourself, and you put in the work and you did it and people find out, then people don't like you for that.
Yeah.
Right. It's all about being genuine. It's all about being real and raw. And I think that's what people want right now.
Here's my theory. I think AI videos is the ultimate cringe content.
It is.
It's the ultimate cringe content. It's the content that has no soul. And with all the AI enthusiasts out there, I see you and I know you exist. You are somebody who will never gonna be convinced that AI has any negatives or anything that is not right. And I was one of you. In the past, I was that kind of guy who was like, AI is going to be the perfect, and it is perfect. I love the technology and how useful it is. But when it comes to content, oh my God, like you can smell a cringe AI content from distance.
Yes. Whenever you see the M dashes, that kills me. Somebody writes a long LinkedIn post and then I see an M dash, I'm like, next. I don't even want to read it.
It's crazy, this M dash. It doesn't exist on the human keyboard.
It doesn't.
So it's like an invention.
You never saw it. And now all of a sudden you see that M dash everywhere. You're like, what the hell?
But this is good because that's kind of like a mark that this separates, this is AI, this is not. So it's kind of like it allows you to detect.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing, maybe, like we can detect. But when I'm also talking about those who write script, look at a teleprompter and deliver like an AI slop. I mean, that's the same thing as an AI video. Is the only difference is that there's a human face and you're probably going to be reading it and say, what the hell am I reading? And this happened to me as well. Because look, we tried stuff like that. I mean, we are learning that we're not attacking those who are trying because we were one of them.
Yeah.
But that's how we learn. Like we tried something and it doesn't click, doesn't work.
Or doesn't feel right. And so I've had it where I read something and when I delivered it, I felt so good about it. But then when I saw the outcome of it, I was like, no, delete. Do not proceed. Right.
Yeah.
And yeah, to your point, that's how we learn. It's okay for us to be cringy. We're going to be cringy initially. We're still cringy. Like I was saying earlier, we're recovering awkward people and that's okay.
Yeah.
The only way that we can get better is that we identify it and then we just keep on going. We just keep growing.
100%.
Right?
100%. So how can we not be cringy? So now we've seen the examples where you talked about my favorite murder. You talked about other things like the subject, the depth of topic. So first of all, I feel I'm going to try to attempt that unless you want to take a shot.
How do we not be cringy?
Yes. Like what's your vision of not be cringy?
Well, it's hard because when I think of cringy, I see it almost in the same category as try hard. That word, oh, he's a try hard.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's really not a bad word. Just like cringe, it's really not a bad word. When it comes, these are just people that give a freaking damn,
Yeah,
I would rather be cringy. The only way that we're going to stop being cringy is when we finally make it and we're so successful, we're billionaires, and then we say, oh, this is what we did. And at that point, that's when people are going to be like, oh, that's genius.
Yeah. 100%. I think that enthusiastic salesperson who is so passionate about what they're selling and they keep you and like you're trying to escape that conversation. That's a cringy. Right. So it's not only with content, it's also with people that we meet who are trying hard to impress you. Kind of that podcast we were just listening to. He said that if you are trying too much to impress me, it puts a lot of weight on my shoulder that I have to give you what you want. But in doing so, I'll feel miserable about it. I will feel...
And then resent them.
I will hate the crap out of you because you're kind of so like trying that I feel bad rejecting you. So I will have to step out of my way to lose my authenticity to be nice to you. And that will pain me. And so rule number one is like how to be super authentic with yourself. Like if you were a friend of mine and there's no cameras and we are talking about this, would I talk this way? I feel like that when you lose this facade that we're putting, that we are public figures now, when we lose that thing and we start like knowing that the other side of that camera is one person with a cell phone, most likely, or one person driving the car on his own, and you're talking only to that person. And so that's what it is. That's content creation. You are literally sitting with one person.
And that's the way that it should be. The whole point here is to connect with others. And we're not going to connect with everybody, right? We're not going to connect with the thousands of people that we would like for them to follow us. No, whenever we're talking to the camera, we need to think of that one person.
100%.
And that's when it's going to come out genuine.
And we have done this mistake a zillion times. We started a podcast and said, hey guys, hey everyone. Well, in fact, we are talking to one person.
One person.
I would say, like, I almost want to say, hey buddy, right? But I don't know if buddy, is it buddy for male and not female? Like, I don't want to exclude any gender, right?
I think you could do both.
Okay, so you can have a buddy, as a girl?
Yeah.
You can have a buddy as a girl?
I think so.
Great. Sorry, my English is my second language. So.
Honey, you're doing great.
Okay.
I got to say.
Cool. Yeah, so again,
this makes me think, though, of the chicken and egg situation. Because, okay, that we're talking about that when it comes to content. But like in real life, you and I are part of the BNI chapters. You and I are part of the Chamber of Commerce. We go to a lot of networking events. And I specifically remember when we were first starting out, it was hard because we wanted to get to know people. We wanted our name out there. And so what were we?
Cringe.
We were cringe. We were tryhards. We were the cliche new person.
Yeah.
Right? And so I'm talking about that. It's the chicken and egg situation because you kind of have to be this way. You kind of have to be, passionate and, a little bit, put your heart on your sleeve and a little bit desperate when you're first starting. It's now we're starting to feel the other way, right? Where now I know, because I've seen it, you walk into a room and people come to you, right? And now I see a very different Naja now than I did when we first started.
Yeah.
The Naja when we first started was looking around, trying to make eye contact with anybody who would make eye contact with him.
Yeah.
The Naja that first started off, this Naja, he was the one that was excited to tell his story and would run a train through whatever it is that the other person had to say because he wanted to get out as many words as possible so that they could see the amazingness that Parrots Lab was, right? That was the Naja that first started out.
Yeah, and you saw it all.
I saw all of it from the very beginning.
100% true, by the way. Like, I'm almost going to cry right now because that was me like a year and a half ago or maybe 2 years. Because I really knew that I could help people. And that's what most people starting out are feeling.
Yeah.
Like I felt like let me handle your business and I got you.
I will go over the moon for you. I will go above and beyond. Just give me a chance.
Exactly. And that's a lot of people starting out. Like they send this vibe. And although I don't know how to not do that, like if you go back in time,
Mm-hmm.
probably repeat the same thing because I don't know like what the alternative is.
Mm-hmm.
But this also ties up to the conversation. So it's so crazy how we're talking about cringe on the internet, like creating content that's cringe, but how it's branching out into a lot of psychological things.
Yeah.
So this is I think fascinating stuff.
It is. And so we're talking about how like that's how you were. I remember seeing it. I even saw you do things where I was like,
Yeah.
honey, maybe you shouldn't have done that one.
Yeah.
Right? I saw it all.
Yeah.
And now every time my husband walks into a room, there's always 2 or 3 people who come up to you and know exactly who you are, know exactly what you represent. But it's taken time, and it took getting those clients, it took getting people to buy and really understand what it is that you do that's given you the reputation that you have now.
And it connects straight to confidence. I think the only difference between me, my version of myself a year or 2 years ago and right now is the confidence. And I wouldn't have known. So when I'm 2 years ago, when Naja is 2 years ago, I wasn't able to see the Naja right now. Like I couldn't see that thing possible. I know I have the will, I have the intensity, the drive, the discipline to put my head into something and beat the shit out of it until it works. So I knew I had that, but I didn't know for sure. It's like this 100%. Like I know, and you were, I was like maybe 60% sure that I can do success. You came in with your like 37%. Like by you telling me, like being on my side during all of that and like providing that stability and support and belief in me to be able to do it. Anyways, I don't want to digress here, but I want to tie this to confidence. And this podcast that we're talking about right now, the confidence is when you repeat the thing enough times, then you are most certain that the coming one is going to be great.
Yeah.
So that you put in the reps. It's like someone, do you remember that podcast we were listening to?
Yeah, but this also reminds me of like, it's not until you've put in like 900 hours or 9,000 hours or something like that. You have to put in 900 hours or so in order for you to even begin to get good at anything, for you to be able to say, I understand.
Yeah.
Right. And so it takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time, people. And it's crazy because you're always going to find that the people who are just starting out, they're riding on a dream, right? They're the ones that are so hopeful. They're so passionate. They're so desperate for this to work that they will do almost anything for you. And those people, the ones that take a chance on them, oh man, those are the ones that we tend to be loyal to and we will do so much more for them because they're the ones that took a chance on us.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I would love to say that, the way it's working right now, actually, is that we are trying to standardize the service. So we do more to clients that we don't do the others, I think. I don't know if I understood it correctly.
I think
because I want to clarify if you meant that, these are the clients who we do more for them. I mean, I just want to correct that tiny little thing because that's not how we really act in the business. Like we have specific scopes of work and we deliver professional work for everyone. And the reason why is because every work that we produce, or at least let me talk about like the way I see it as well as like from my angle, is that any work that we put out there, whether it's paid high or paid low or paid none, has to represent the brand, which is who did that. And I know that I don't think all of our videos like are up to like my 100% standard, but being like someone who is giving kind of maintaining the quality standard is what we're trying to do. But I just want to clarify that point. Sorry about that.
Don't be sorry. No, I think what I meant was when we were starting, you would do so much more for that client.
Oh, yes. I mean, I'm grateful. That's for sure. Like, I'm grateful for the people who have taken a chance on us early. Absolutely grateful. All right. So the topic of our conversation, let's reverse. I think we went on a tangent. All right. I don't know what the editors can do about that. I feel so bad.
Honey, editors.
Wait. Don't make decisions. What do you want to say? Because part of me want to keep it. Part of me is like, oh, damn.
No, all I'm going to say is, editors, next time you have your meeting with Naja, after you've watched this, please remind him that in podcasts, it's not no but, it's always yes and, in order for the conversation to continue. Because otherwise, the other person feels shut down.
Wow. That should be on. Clip that. That is a great clip right there.
Because this person now has been... And so now it's like, okay, I don't know how to continue the conversation because I was literally just told no. It's okay, babe.
So what if something was mentioned that is like, for me, like when can I stop if something that's been said that I don't agree on, for example?
No, I think you could disagree. I think maybe I just wasn't expecting that reaction.
Should I let it pass next time?
No. I think that I don't necessarily think so.
Like if I said something completely wrong, and maybe I said it not with bad intention, like I said it just like it in the end of the day, we're putting words to form sentences. So let's say in the thing that I said something and it's wrong, and you need to correct me, and this cannot go. So how would you communicate that to me in the middle of a podcast?
It's hard because we do want to be authentic.
How would you communicate a disagreement on a podcast?
I think it's okay to be like, yeah. And
yeah,
I don't know. It's hard because you can't be perfect all the time, right?
Yeah. I think the best way is to really move on very quickly. And not do like me and go on a tangent.
I
just correct quickly and then move on, so that both parties like, okay, because the more you give it attention, the more it takes like part of the show.
Yeah.
Where if we say, okay, the priority is to give those people behind those cameras some of our experience, of our thoughts. So that's the main goal here. And that's, people are paying a lot of money for that. So that's valuable thing. So it's important enough to get past on any kind of like itchiness we experience in the podcast and continue it.
Okay. Agreed.
But I like that you're more comfortable now. We're talking about being cringe, right? Part of being cringe, and I think this idea of like really relaxing in front of the camera is part of not being cringe. If we are able to put this thing out there, right now, like all of this video, all of what happens, if we can just put it up there and see, like, this is we're documenting the human experience. We're saying, this is how we are, and we have no shame. We're not doing anything wrong. If there are a bunch of people here, we will be the same way.
Yeah.
We will act the same way, and we are who we are. And that would be a good advice for people not to be cringe, is to be able to relax in front of the camera and be themselves.
Just slump, guys, and you're fine. Sorry, I said just slump. And you'll be...
That's what happened to you, huh? You slumped and then
I was like, oh, well, we're going to be here for a while.
Oh my goodness. You slumped and now you're fine. Jesus. We are trying to figure out like how not to be cringe. Are we cringe?
We're definitely cringe. But you know what? That's the title of our episode today. Are we cringe?
I feel sad. How can I not be cringe? Okay. Can I ask you a question since you are one person watching us or listening to us? And I'm going to just talk to you, bro, or gal. Is that cool?
I thought you had said buddy.
Oh, buddy. Okay, buddy, whether you're a boy or a girl or man or woman, let me talk to you for briefly. If you're creating content, if you want to create content on the internet like we are, I'm going to invite you to do what I'm doing right now. I'm talking to you, just like a buddy of mine, and I'm saying, look, how can we, if we're able to figure out how we can lose that skin of being on camera, this thought that we're being recorded, and just act like as if like you're sitting right there and talk to that person. If we're able to do that, I think we will do good with content.
I think I have to disagree with you.
Oh, whoa, yes, let's go. Let's go. You can actually screenshot this one. Let's go. Please, I welcome debate.
Okay. I think I have to disagree with you because I think cringe is funny. Cringe makes it be like, okay, you're cringe, I'm cringe too. I'm sorry, but every single person in some way, shape, or form is cringe. We're not perfect. We all have our own little things. Like I know one of my friends, every time she laughs, she snorts. And I think it is the cutest thing ever. And I love hanging out with her because I know that anytime that something is going to be funny, she's she's going to do a little snort. And it's just going to make us laugh. It's going to make everything that much funnier.
Right.
So I personally think that cringe is good. You know? I know that when it comes to me, I know I'm not perfect. I have a smile that's kind of crooked. And, and that's what makes me, So
fascinating.
I don't think cringe should make us sad. I don't think cringe should make us feel bad. Cringe is really saying, wow, I'm a unique human. And who wants to be a cookie cutter human anyway?
Yeah. I don't disagree with all of what you said. I think the problem with the idea of cringe is the definition. Like, what do you mean by cringe? Cringe, in my mind, is this person who is not seeing beyond what this is all about, and they literally put up a persona that is fabricated from their mind. It's not themselves. Like they're trying to show that they're smarter than they are. They're trying to show they're prettier than they are. They're trying to show that more successful and boast and or very like professional and like, you know what I mean? Like they're trying to put up kind of like the try hard. That's the cringe. And so I appreciate that I love that to see someone who is not ashamed of being trying hard. I mean, we are all trying hard. The only difference is that we are fine of letting people know that. That's the only difference in my mind.
You're fine of letting people know
that we are trying hard. Where the actual cringe in my mind is the one who is try hard, but he doesn't admit it. Where the good cringe, the good type of cringe, kind of like what you described, is the person who they can admit that we are trying hard, like we're not having nothing to hide.
So you're specifically, because there's a lot of different answers to what the definition was, right? There's different examples and they're not all the same. Can you read the first one for me?
Okay. Trying to look cool instead of being real.
Okay, trying to look cool instead of being real. That's cringe? Okay, but here's the thing. The first word in that sentence is trying.
Yeah.
They're trying something. Sometimes they're trying to be a better version of themselves, or how it is that they perceive themselves to be.
Yeah.
They're trying, whether it be in the popular group, they're trying to be popular because they want to have a better or bigger network, right?
Yeah.
So they're trying. At least they're trying.
100%.
Right? And then, or if it's like they're trying to hang out with the sporty people, the best athletes. They're trying, right, to be as great as an athlete as their fellow team members, right? Mm-hmm. For us, when we were being tryhards or when we were being cringy, or still are being cringy. We're trying to be better versions of ourselves.
Fascinating. You're right. My God, I think I have to change my position on that. Like here I am trying to create content, trying to tell people that don't be a cringe. And you're saying that it's okay to be a cringe.
I think it's okay to be cringe.
Right?
I think it's okay to be different.
It's definitely okay to be cringe, better than do nothing.
Yeah.
So I think it's stages, right? Do nothing is like the worst of the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Trying and be a cringe, I admire your effort. I admire your willingness to put yourself out there. I admire your battle, like you're doing something uncomfortable, because we all know that creating content is uncomfortable. So yeah, I definitely, it's a +1. In my mind, I'm like, how can we get to the +2 as fast as possible, which is eliminating the cringe and become someone who can connect with people at a mass stage and everybody like him or like her, or
what if?
Tell me.
Okay, now this is going to sound contradictory to what I was saying earlier, but what if we're still cringe? It's just accepted.
Explain that.
What I mean by this is, remember when I was telling you earlier that now when you walk in the room, people come to you?
Yeah.
Right? But what if the same language, maybe you're less nervous, right? Maybe you feel more confident.
Right.
Right? Yes, that could happen. But what if you're still the same cringy person that you were before? It's just now it's more accepted because it's gotten you somewhere.
Oh, so people look at the result. So they look at that cringy person and they're
thinking the cringy worked. Let me see how I can replicate that cringe.
Wild.
But seriously.
But I agree. I think a lot of people, because they're afraid to be a cringe, they don't go on these, they don't put themselves in these uncomfortable situations. They don't passionately explain why, video marketing is great to people who are like, why are you talking to me?
Okay. I'm sorry, but I know this is a little cringe,
okay,
but I'm going to say it. Do you remember when we spent legit like 2 hours or 2.5 hours creating those skits, the ads? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Which ones am I talking about?
Are you talking about the ones that you will film when I'm on my desk with you put a bunch of stuff and I will like...
No, I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about when you and I were trying to impersonate Key and Peele.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. Oh my God, that we did not release.
We ended up not releasing it because we showed it to one person and she was like, "No." I could feel like I wasn't even on in the camera as Naja was talking to this lady, but I was hearing from the side. And when she was like, "No," I could feel my face turning red. I was so embarrassed and I felt so awkward because she shut it down so quickly.
But I like that. I like that she did that.
Yeah.
She had she's a sample of society and she was able to not be... I think I like tough love. Like I like someone who would come to me like, "Hey, I think you should do this differently."
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was embarrassed that she saw it. And
why do you think that thing like fell short, like did not deliver that skit?
I think it's because we're amateurs. We're amateurs
at
acting, and we're amateurs at that kind of comedy.
Right.
I think we're funny, like haha, kind of.
Yeah.
I just feel like you're a funny person.
Right.
Right. But if we're trying to do dry comedy, I'm a happy person in general. I'm literally like a golden retriever, if you think about it. And so a golden retriever kind of personality, trying to do dry humor, I think it would take a lot of practice, probably more than 900 hours for me to get it. There are probably some personalities who are better at it and who... maybe if they're going to pay for an ad, right? Maybe they could utilize that kind of stuff, but we probably shouldn't if we're going to pay for an ad.
That's why authenticity is winning on the internet these days. So there's a battle of ideas. I come from the advertising industry.
Mm-hmm.
back in the days when television was there, the ads that you're seeing on TV are literally done by humans who dictate what you need to see. Like they haven't received any feedback from you. So all of our ideas of creativity comes from those first early comers to the media world who dictated, who created the content, created the ads, created the things in the studios with the storyboards and with the directors and the camera angles and everything. And they dictated what the customer needs to enjoy. And that's the advertising industry that I started my career in. We have zero feedback from people. It's just a creative director from Lebanon who lives in Dubai. This is the guy who's going to dictate how millions of people are going to consume that video for American Express. Mm-hmm. That's how it was. Now, I think the internet came, and the internet is a big voting machine. So the internet is voting what they want to see. And so the videos that perform better are no longer these polished, acting, sophisticated, people are doing things that they're not comfortable doing and whatever, and rewarding a lot of the people who are just being themselves and real with people, especially in the education side of the content. So there's the education side, and there's entertainment side. Whatever I just spoke about does not apply to the entertainment side. With the entertainment, I cannot tell Mr. Beast to not storyboard and plan how he's going to bring entertainment to the audience. That would be, a suicide for him, because he orchestrate every single frame in his video.
Yeah.
To a maximum retention with people. So yeah, it's just it's like how, what we're talking about? See, when you go on a tangent, that's what happens. But you know what? People are joining with us and they're like chilling out with us. It's a beautiful Saturday. How is your Saturday, by the way?
I'm having a fantastic Saturday.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun hanging out with you.
I agree. Do you want to tell people how is our Saturday? Let's talk about Saturday. Maybe we can clip that and have a separate video. How do we spend our weekend? So people ask us, how do we spend our weekend? So let's talk about that.
Sure. Well, Saturdays vary because usually on Saturdays, we'll have clients in the morning and then the afternoon is for us. So maybe we have clients in the morning. Today was a little bit different because we went to a funeral. Actually, it's our first funeral that we've ever been to. And so just being able to see that was really, really touching. I know that actually you have gone to funerals in Lebanon, and just having the conversation on how different the funerals over there versus funerals here are, it is such a stark difference from what I was able to understand.
Yeah, I enjoyed telling you these stories.
That was a really fun conversation. And if anyone really wants to know, let us know, because Naja has a lot of really good information on it. So we did that. And it usually on Saturdays, Naja and I will spoil ourselves and we'll go on a really nice lunch or brunch. So we'll go try out a different restaurant. We'll have maybe a glass of wine or a glass of beer. And so, yeah, we get to spend that time together. And on Sundays are our content days. Today's Saturdays. Typically, we wouldn't have done it right now. But we're in the mood.
Me being spontaneous, which doesn't happen a lot.
I know, guys. You have no idea how much of a big deal this is, because Naja is typically not spontaneous. He's more of a, let's plan our day. This is 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11. We even have the times that we go to sleep in our calendars. So
don't tell them that.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Sorry, but not sorry. No, but today it was such a productive day.
Yeah.
Can't you tell? It's a very clean day. It's a grooming day.
Very nice day. So today we went to go get Sunshine groomed. which we haven't groomed him in a little bit, but now he's so sparkling and white and clean.
Can't wait to cuddle with this guy.
No. And then as you can see, my husband, he got a really nice haircut.
From the hairs left. You know,
Yes.
I'm bound to lose them, but I will keep enjoying as much as I can.
Yeah. So, I mean, love you with hair, love you without it.
Well, we haven't seen yet. Maybe when I lose my hair, you stop fluffing me. I don't know.
I've seen pictures, honey. It's fine. Okay. So we did that. I went to go get a massage. I haven't gotten a massage in a couple months. So it's
Yeah.
been a little while. And then we went to go see my mom who was in town.
And she prepared amazing sushi. We actually rolled the sushi.
We learned how to do sushi together. My mom was our chef, our master chef, and it was just so fun being able to hang out the three of us.
Yeah.
My mom adores Naja.
What do you think of rolling the sushi?
That was really fun. That was really, really fun.
Do you felt it's like easy or hard? Like
I thought it was hard. I thought you were a lot more of a natural than I was.
why? Because I made it symmetrical.
No, because you were actually able to close it. That's part of rolling sushi.
That's
being
so
able
funny.
to close it.
Yeah, and then we hang out a lot during the weekends. I also work, and I have a very understanding wife that allows and supports actually me spending time working, because weekends for me are very important because it allow me to catch up on missed work during the week. So it's very important time.
I love how you say allows. It's like, I'll allow it, but that's not.
But I corrected myself
Yes.
right after.
No. But
like
it
supports
made
it.
me think of that. Yes, I
Yeah.
appreciate that you feel that way.
Yeah,
Because
No, I
perception
do.
is reality.
100%. That's why I corrected myself. And we're work in progress.
Both of us.
But I think we've put in so much emotion in this episode. Like the editors are gonna find it difficult, like what we need to share, what we can't share. Maybe they might ask us some questions like, "Hey, this part of that podcast, do you really wanna put it out there?" What would you answer to that?
I would say only if it makes me look good. Only if it makes sense. Does it have a hook and sinker? Is it gonna make somebody stop the first 3 seconds? If not, then move on.
What if it can make them stop, but for the wrong reasons?
Ooh. If it makes us look bad, like I said earlier,
Oh, it's like these the rules for the robots. The iRobot movie, like do not do harm to human, and then the second one, do this, but do not ignore the rule number 1, right? Like
Right.
it's kind of like that.
yes.
Yeah. Cool. I think we shared pretty much.
Yeah, editors, I hope you have the best time. Please make us look good.
Yep. And happy Eid if you're in Pakistan.
Happy Eid to everybody.
Yeah.
Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak, everyone who's in the Muslim countries as well. Yeah, I know it's a big deal. It's like a major Eid. So, all right. Shall we peace out?
Peace out.
Peace out.